Alright, so I'm gonna go out for a little bike ride. Looking like a nerd that I am. Bright colors. I'm gonna pick up my battery at Just Ride LA. The little handle broke, which I guess is a known issue, and they're fixing it for me because they're such a good company. Let's go.
I love riding my bike, but it is so dangerous. I stay on the sidewalks for the most part because even with the roads that have a bike lane, cars are either parked in it, which makes you drive out into the street to go around them, which makes you in danger, puts you in danger, or cars swerve into you because the bike lanes kind of crisscross when the cars want to take a right. LA's trying, but it's so far from being bike friendly. I moved into this neighborhood in 2016, and I'm still getting to know it. I've been protecting myself, staying in my bubble for way too long, and the last couple of years, I started exploring it, and I'm really finding it to be a pleasure. The people are really nice. There's all kinds of interesting buildings and all kinds of interesting food. I get to practice my Spanish every day. But there is a lot of violence. I've seen a lot of stuff go down in the time I've been here that I wish I hadn't. But I work with my neighbors, and I work with the council person, Curran Price Jr. He's amazing. And I think I've made a lot of progress getting things cleaned up, and sometimes out of my own pocket, but trying to plant a flag. It's still interesting, though. There's a lot of forgotten spaces down here, a lot of empty lots that are full of garbage, a lot of people living in tents, a lot of forgotten things, which is crazy because I think there's 800,000 people living in the South LA neighborhoods. It's the last great blue-collar neighborhood on the West Coast. I really do try to stay on the sidewalks when I can. It is, it provides its own form of exercise, I guess, going over the bumps and staying out of people's way, but the streets are just way too hectic. I mean, what are you gonna do? I try to ride this path every day. It's 10 miles round trip from my house to downtown and back. But as I said in the intro, today I'm heading to Just Ride LA, where I bought my bike. The battery broke. The way that it works is that you put the battery inside this bag that goes in the front, but in order to get the battery in and out, there's this little latch, and the latch broke, so I couldn't get it out. They were able to fix it. Those guys are great. Louis is the one I've been dealing with. He's fantastic. And I love it. And I love this bike. I ride it every day. I don't know. I'm not getting skinnier. I'm getting bigger. Somehow, I'm gaining weight. I think it's muscle, right? Yeah, it's lots of muscle. But I love it. I love being out. Again, it's a little bit hectic. I really do take my life into my own hands every time I ride. But whatever. You know what I mean? That's life. I'm not going to sit in my... I sat in my bubble way, way, way too long. I want to be part of the community. I want to be out about the people. So here I am riding my bike. One of the things I love about this neighborhood, about South LA, east of the 110, are all the factories, all the big buildings and factories that are around. People are here working. It's not like you see in downtown where it's like the remnants of the factories, the remnants of the train tracks, the remnants of a life lived in the 40s and 50s. No, it's all still here. There's all kinds of textile plants. There's all kinds of facilities, shipping facilities, distribution hubs. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Real people doing real work. And it's beautiful. In its own way, it's very, very, very beautiful down here. I say as the cars careen past me.
Camine todo lo que quieras. I'm running down Washington here, about to turn right onto Grand, which is where Just Ride LA is. And it gets really narrow, but this is where you can catch the metro, which I haven't done it yet, but I want to take a ride down to Santa Monica and back. I bought this bike, this Brompton, because I wanted something that was smaller, that could fold up, that I could take more with me into the metro, to the public transportation. And so far, so good. I usually don't even, so small, I don't even really fold it up ever. I go grocery shopping with it and, ride around. And It is an e-bike. I bought the e-bike, but I honestly never really even used the motor anymore. At first I did, but now I'm like, no, I enjoy it's light enough that I can enjoy it without anything, and I get the exercise. You know, I have no complaints. So here we are riding under the 110. No, I take that back. This is the 10. This is the exchange for the 110. So we're riding under the 10, and we're coming up here on the right will be Ride LA, just past that FedEx truck. And Louis, I got here just as they were opening, so Louis was there opening up the door, putting out his little bike racks, trying to make it nice for everybody. As you can see, it's not in a great area, so they usually have to buzz you in. So I got in lucky, got the star treatment today.
Hey, Louis, come in. Sorry. Perfect time.
Yeah. We just got the phone.
Yeah, no rush, no rush.
LA to me is a very, very special place. It's a place that it's what you make of it. It's not something that gives you anything for free. But if you need something, it always seems to show up right when you need it and hand this thing off to you. Flat tire, $1 here, $1 there. A friend. Right now, it might be nice to make a girlfriend, but that's another story. But it really is a very, very, very special city. I've lived in Los Angeles since 2001, so over 20 years now, and I've earned my place. LA is a place you have to earn your right, and I did. I paid my dues. Lots and lots of load times, lots of hard work, lots of helping as many people as I could, giving back, because LA always helps me. Some people get mad when I say that, but I think that's because they're in a moment of down. But LA really is a place. I've lived all over. I've lived in upstate New York. I've lived in New York. I've lived in San Francisco. I've lived in Tokyo. I've lived in Mexico City. And I love them all. They're all really nice, but like LA is the most special place in the world. I don't know what to tell you. It's endless. There's no end to the horizon. There's an infinite diversity of people and ideas and points of view. You can never get lost here in a bad way. Wherever you go, you end up right where you need to be. And I love that. I always love traveling as fast as I can through these little pathways. Makes me feel like I'm on a spaceship. Not really, but, you know, something always makes me feel cool, like I'm zipping by something. And that's the other thing. There's construction everywhere. I mean, LA, I know that we're talking about the economy's really bad right now, and LA is suffering. Everyone's suffering, but, like, LA is growing. LA is still growing. Whatever the fake news that you hear all the time about how California is shrinking, I don't see it.
So I go back up and okay.
So this place is on hill. I've passed it many, many times, and I always wondered why these people were all walking German Shepherds. It turns out that there is a
Sorry.
No, you're okay.
Hey, buddy.
German Shepherd Rescue Center right down here on the left. It's amazing. Like, again, just another one of those beautiful things about this neighborhood that's just like it has the space, it has the buildings, and it doesn't have everyone complaining, not in my backyard, all the NIMBY folks. And all these German Shepherds, they're gorgeous. Sometimes I want to go, one day I want to go in and actually check it out, see what it looks like on the inside. But I tried to be very careful as I drive by them. I don't want to scare them. But it looks like it's an all-volunteer force.
Actually washing the dogs.
But, I mean, who doesn't love animals, right? I mean, sometimes I think animals are more important than people. Truly. Another thing I really love about riding my bike is that I'm lazy. And when I exercise at home or at the gym, I always cut it short. But when you're on your bike and you're out exploring the city, you have to keep your wits about you. So you're always looking left and right. You're always looking for dangers, people who are going to run into you or maybe try to mug you. Or you never know what's going to happen. LA is a very big, dangerous city. But I love the fact that the bike is I can't quit. If I'm out, I'm out. I can't call it quits early. If I want to go home, I got to turn around and ride all the way home. And it keeps me honest. You know, I do 2 hours a day on this bike. Usually it's, according to my Strava app, it's an hour and 40 minutes of moving time. I don't usually stop anywhere, but like, you know, stopping at lights and doing whatever. So about 10, 12 miles. So I'm not an athlete. I'm very much in the amateur box. But I get my heart rate up, you know, going about 10 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour. On average, probably lower if I'm doing about 12 miles. About 12 miles an hour. 12 miles an hour. Makes sense. But here's the thing. LA is, on the street, is very dangerous. So I'm here now riding in the street, but it's only because it's like light traffic. The cars do not understand in South LA that I'm allowed to share the road with them. And they honk at me and they try to cut me off. And, you know, I just try to not take it personally, but it's hard not to. This is an example of someone who was honking at me and then cut me off to show me that I was a jerk, but for slowing them down. I didn't say anything. I let it be. It is what it is. But like I said, I try not to ride in the road, even with the bike paths. I try to just stay off and go to the sidewalk. I go a little slower, get a little less exercise, but for me, it's about, the breath of fresh air and being outside. And honestly, you run into more people when you're on the sidewalk, and not literally. Ooh, there we go, another little tunnel. I love it.
All right, so that was my ride to Just Ride LA to fix my battery, which they did. They're just what an amazing company that's not that far from here, 17th and Grand, I think. I love LA. I love biking it. I love all the nooks and crannies. I love all the people. Some of them are not nice, some of them are nice, but it doesn't matter. I love them all. And I love how LA is a maze to be unlocked, a riddle to be solved. LA is what you make of it. That is my final word on that. You can have a horrible time here, you can have a good time here. I live in South Central, and it's been a tough couple of years acclimating because there's a lot more crime than where I was used to. But the people are wonderful, and the families are wonderful, and there is actually a lot here. There are lots and lots of restaurants and places and retail. I passed by a German Shepherd rescue up on Hill. I don't know. It's endless, and I'm going to try to figure it out more and more every day. Thanks.